For some reason, the defaults have it in vertical orientation, the video. So yeah, I had to bloody change that in the settings. Again, I don't know why. Anyway, we'll give things a minute or so to hopefully pick up. We're going to pop this down somewhere. Can I pop this down here, maybe? Just try to pop it down somewhere in view. Perfect. Right. Stay there, people, for the moment as I get things prepared and that, and I'll explain in that what's going on that in a minute. First, this box will be useful, but what isn't useful in it are these pads. So I'm gonna get rid of them. Probably donate them somewhere because they're one of my granny's and she can't exactly use them now. But what I can use is this box. This box will be nice and useful, and there's a couple more in there and stuff. So yeah, what's going to be happening in this live stream is in a minute I'm going to be going into my room here at my granny's old apartment, and basically I'm going to be going through all the DVDs and Blu-rays in there, and some of them are just probably going to go straight into storage. Others won't, basically. I've got to decide which ones I'm going to put into storage, for a later date, and then others, are going to go into my room at home, and that, and basically sort through everything, and that as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I'm going to turn the brightness down on that. There we go. So, yeah, for those who don't know, on the 13th of October, yes, Friday the 13th of October this year, so just over 2 weeks ago, my granny unfortunately passed away. And basically, now that my birthday is also out of the way, which was yesterday, I'm going to be making a start of starting to not just clear my stuff, but then starting to clear all of her stuff and that out of this apartment. And there's several things, that need to go through. But I thought I'll start with something easy. I say easy. It's still quite a lot of stuff, and let's bring everyone along. Sure, I'm going to unplug that. Ooh, light in the background. Okay, so we're in the room, and if I switch the camera over, way, look at that, and there's another drawer there. So yeah, we're gonna have to, let's see, I'm gonna switch the camera back just for now. Put my phone to one side, and should I put these in boxes or bag? Depends how many. I'll grab a box for now. That box, and we'll see how we go. And we'll just kind of have to, just go through them. There's a lot of Doctor Who DVDs in here, and also various Blu-rays, and we'll just go through them. I can already see a couple of Blu-rays that I can put into storage, which is, so we've got Hugo here. This is the 3D Blu-ray, which can immediately go into storage because I've recently upgraded to the new Criteria. Is it Criteria? No, the Arrow Video 4K Blu-ray of this. So yeah, basically this is the Blu-ray plus 3D Blu-ray, which that can just go straight into storage because, again, I don't need it. I could even sell it if I wanted to, but I paid next to nothing for it. Same with this Coraline. I've got the Scream Factory Steelbook 4K Blu-ray, and that really good film. But yeah, the Scream. If you don't have the Scream Factory version, the 4K version of this, I would highly recommend picking up. The Blu-ray, I think, of Coraline, at least this UK Blu-ray, I think is out of print. I'm not. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to unfasten my belt like I'm leaning on it. What else can we immediately pop into there? This I should be able to pop in. The Hannibal Lecter trilogy. Yeah, this one I got used a few years ago. I've only watched them, these discs, actually once, the actual discs. I saw them a few times. I saw the films and that a few times and that, but the reason is because I've already got the 4K Blu-ray of Silence of the Lambs, and I was a bit annoyed because I had to import the 4K Blu-ray of Hannibal, and the reason I'm annoyed about that is because it recently got a standard UK release on 4K, but I have also ordered Red Dragon on 4K Blu-ray from the US, which should be coming in soon. But again, this is something I don't really need anymore. But again, it's just worth keeping just as a backup. Oh, here's a good film. Have I? Might keep this one out because I don't know whether I've ripped it. I'll put this in an alternate pile, but The Hole. This is a really good film. I remember it was one of the first horror films I ever got to see at the cinema. But yeah, The Hole, really good film from the director of Gremlins. I'll put that to one side because I'm going to have to check to see if I've ripped that or not. If I haven't, then obviously that's going to have to be something that I rip. Here's the one that I can pretty much safely put in the storage. The Shrek 4-film collection. I got this at HMV for $7.99 when it was in one of their sales, and this is recently. This basically went out of print. Actually, a few years back. Actually, it went out of print, but this is just the bare bones, basically all the 4 Shrek films on Blu-ray, which for the most part doesn't matter, apart from Shrek 2. Because the Shrek 2 UK Blu-ray is different from the US one because there are a couple of different voice actors. For example, the Ugly Sister in the UK one is played by Jonathan Ross and is played by Larry King in the US one. However, Shrek the Third is different because Shrek the Third, it's just Larry King across the board. So yeah, but again, I've ripped all of these already, and I've got the 4K Blu-rays for the first 3 films and that now. So yeah, that can go in there. Here's the Shrek Ultimate Collection, which is no longer Ultimate because there's been more films that added to it. But this includes stuff like Shrek the Musical on Blu-ray, and as well as the first Puss in Boots film, but also it includes all of the shorts and that were created and that they were on there. But again, I've ripped all of these and that as well, so that can go in the box and that for now. Oh, here's something which is going for quite a bit of money. This I'm not going to put in storage just because of how rarity it is and that now. It's not rare, but you know, Final Space Seasons 1 and 2 Blu-ray. So yeah, this is an official release, but this is long out of print. And that, which is weird, it was released the same time Seasons 1 and 2 of Harley Quinn got released on Blu-ray. But yeah, this is ripped and everything, but that's gonna stay in my room. That I won't keep in storage. Let's go through some Doctor Who DVDs, shall we? Because I've got a lot of them here. So this one can go into stuff. God, it's thicker dust. The Sea Devils. This is probably my favourite Pertwee story. But yeah, this one, I've got no need to watch it anymore. The DVD, I should say. Because obviously, this had a Blu-ray release. I was about to say not too long ago. I think it was a year ago or something like that. So, yeah, the Sea Devils. This is a very old one. I don't know if this happens to other people's DVDs, but the plastic round here, you know, sort of split off. I'm assuming that is when I pulled it out of its, because it originally came in a box, a slipcase box with all three of them. I used to take them out of those slip boxes, though. I don't know if other people did, if the stories weren't in order, because I used to. I'm not too bothered now, at least with the DVDs, but I used to have them all in a DVD rack in order, but no, I'm not too bothered about it. So, not about the Square XL, just about that. Put them in that order. Here's another Pertwee one, which I really like, the Mind Evil, but again, the Blu-ray is superior. Particularly, the colorization on the Blu-ray is better than this one. I can see the comments on that popping up there, so yeah. Again, I haven't watched this version since the Blu-ray. I've watched the story in that several times, but like even when I've been here at my granny's, I've still watched the rip of the Blu-ray rather than what, even though the DVD was literally right there. A very recent one, the Time Meddler. This obviously got released on Blu-ray last year, and I had a right headache with the Season 2 box set. I never ended up getting a perfect one. But this is one of the earlier DVD releases, and one of the ones that they did a new scan on that for. So, but yeah, that one can just go straight into storage again. Never going to watch the DVD of it again, because I don't really need to. Here's a one. Death to the Daleks. I think I can safely put this one into storage. I think I can. I think I ripped it, and that's, and if not, it probably will get a DVD release soon. So I think I can just put that one into storage for now. Yeah. Oh, here's the one I can definitely put in. Mark of the Rani. Wow, this must be an older one. This is I must have got this one a much earlier on, because this is a very solid. Like, this one doesn't bend. If I open it up, it doesn't like bend or flex as much. And oh god, it's got the BBC logo printed into it there, into the plastic. It's like embossed. You can tell it's an earlier one. It's be of rock solid plastic. But yeah, Mark of the Rani. So yeah, again though, this has been released on Blu-ray, and I've got the Blu-ray, so that can go into storage. And here's another one, The Demons. God, this one is thick of dust. I don't know if you can see the amount of dust on it. Yeah. I think because I originally ripped this one as well. But yeah, it's a 2-disc set. I remember Forbidden Planet, when this came out, Forbidden Planet had their own exclusive version that had an exclusive slip card. Though it was £20. It was £20, and yeah, I ended up getting the Demons when it was reduced to like $5.99 at HMV on DVD. But yeah, again on the Blu-ray, so don't need that. Here's a film that I can safely put away because I've ripped it and that. Ratatouille. This is actually, you can see this one's a very shiny one. Unfortunately, it's missing the slip card. Probably my second favourite. This might be my favourite, actually. Yeah, it probably is my favourite Pixar film, actually. Yeah, it probably is my favourite. But yeah, I've got a rip of the 4K, but I don't actually own it. I do have a rip of the 4K Blu-ray of that, though it is obviously just an upscale. And then possibly my second favourite, Up. Now this is a very strange release. This is a very strange one, and I'll show you why. So we've got the Blu-ray plus the bonus disc. Now if you buy this on Blu-ray today, or even the 4K Blu-ray of this film in the UK, You will not get the bonus disc, which is why I bought a used copy, and that it was cheap as that as well. But basically, you will not get the bonus disc. I think even in the US, all modern pressings of Up do not come with the bonus disc. They only come with the standard Blu-ray, which has barely any special features. But anyway, if we continue, you also get the standard DVD there. And then you get the digital copy, which is on a DVD. So what you would do is basically you would insert this DVD into your PC or Mac, and then that would give you access to a digital copy. Although I think it will probably just rip the disc. The thing is, though, I don't know why they didn't just have it on the regular DVD to do that, because a lot of them, in fact, I think it was, Paul did that, where the DVD was also the digital copy if you inserted it into your PC. Now, for me, I don't need to do that because I've ripped the Blu-ray and the bonus disc, so I don't need to do that. But yeah, that one can go into storage. And so can this, Paul. This is the Steelbook. I think I've got like 4 or 5 copies of Paul. But yeah, I picked this up in a charity shop for £3 because I already owned the film twice over. See there, but yeah, we've got obviously there's the Blu-ray itself. I'll put that down. But if we take a look at the DVD, on here the DVD is also the digital copy. So yeah, I don't know why on the Up one they had it as a separate disc as well. Oh, that slipped a bit there. But yeah, obviously now if you get a digital copy, it'll just be a code. You don't tend to get digital copies with things now very much with films in the UK. I know it still is the case in the US, but in the UK you don't tend to get digital copies with stuff. Though if you're like me and rip all your Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays, doesn't really matter. Oh, here's a DVD. Alan Carr, Yap Yap Yap. I got this DVD from Poundland, and it's actually, I really enjoy this stand-up. But yeah, they had these in Poundland for ages. I think I've even seen a couple of Poundlands that still have them. It is also available on Blu-ray and that as well, but since it's, just a stand-up comedy, I'm not really bothered about paying the extra for Blu-ray. If I didn't have it, then I would. But, I've ripped that and there's nothing else on there. Here's another film I can put in. The Box Trolls. Again, I have got the Scream Factory Steelbook of this, which has the 4K on there. But this does have the 3D Blu-ray. But again, never going to watch the 3D version because although my old TV here at my granny's, which I think I'm just going to put that TV in the storage, but my current TV is a 4K OLED, which does not have any 3D. So, yeah. Tis a shame, tis a shame. Oh, here's a Doctor Who Blu-ray. I might keep this one out just for now. Doctor Who, the TV movie. Unfortunately, this is an upscale, and it's also a weird one where it doesn't include... It was during that time where it wouldn't include all the special features that the regular version had, the special edition, but this also has special features that the special edition doesn't have. There's an advert for the BBC, so that's no longer a thing, at least in the UK. And there's the actual booklets. But yeah, interestingly, the special feature, a lot of the special features are just on a standard DVD. Yeah, I don't know why. Because some of them are clearly being shot in HD, but yeah, it's a bit of a weird release. I remember I got this one though when it went on sale for, I think it was like a tenner or something like that in HMV, but yeah, I'll put that one to the side and that for now. I'll put that one to the side. Now, here we go, here's something. And this is going to go into storage. This is the Ben 10 Alien Force Complete Series box set. Yeah. There we go. This in the UK, actually, this was the only way to get volumes 7, 8, and 9 because they were never individually released in the UK. Those last 3 volumes were only available in this box set. Now, that sticker might mean nothing to most people, and it probably won't. But I got this basically during during Blockbuster's closure. Basically, Blockbuster was closing down, and the X sticker meant this was on sale. So rather than paying £22.97, I think this was like 14, 15 pounds. The only problem with this now is, and it's really annoying, and yeah, it says it on here. But if I just show the disc there, will it show up? No, it doesn't. They're all in 4x3. All of them are in 4x3, which means these are all the cropped versions of them. All of them are cropped, which was common because basically back in the mid-2000s, basically most animated shows were actually animated in 16:9, but they were generally, when they were broadcast, they were in 4x3. And the reason they were animated in 16:9 because it was a period where people were starting to get widescreen TVs and adopting HD, but the majority of people still had 4x3 standard definition TVs. So basically, they were animating stuff in HD in 16:9 to kind of future-proof themselves. I have got a download. I've got all of Bent and Alien Force downloaded in 16:9 1080p. So I never need to watch the DVDs again. There's no special features of any kind on there. So yeah, as nice as that box is, it's just going to go in a storage, unfortunately. Oh, this is a release I will never watch again. Yeah, this is a Miramax release, and this is the cheapest. This is the cheapest, if I show it, the cheapest Blu-ray case ever made. Literally, this is the cheapest Blu-ray case ever made. But yeah, this is Halloween H2O, Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers, theatrical cut, and Halloween Resurrection. Now, you can, I think, still buy this. I think it is still in print, I think. And to be honest, at the time, it wasn't a bad deal. I think it was like I think it was about £20. And that was imported from the US and that for all 3 on there. They're all on one disc. They're all on one 50GB disc. However, they don't include any special features, even though they're DVD releases, which you can still buy in the UK. Their DVD releases did, but this doesn't have any of them. But you shouldn't buy this now. You shouldn't. H2O recently got a 4K Steelbook released worldwide, but to be honest, if you want any of these films, get the Scream Factory versions, which I do have. So again, I will literally never watch this Blu-ray again because, one, there's no special features and that on it, so there's nothing unique to it. And also, I've got the ones that have better picture quality, so even less reason to watch it. So, let's have a look. We've got more Doctor Who DVDs. Planet of Giants. Again, a one I don't really need to rewatch. I remember this was one of the last regular ones I got, actually. It's got some sort of logo just there. What does that say? Amare. Okay. You can see where the BBC logo on these used to be. I don't know if you can catch that in the light, but it used to be there and they've kind of just buffed it out. But yeah, I remember, I think I bought this actually at a flea market. It was brand new, but it was at a flea market for a tenner, which was a few pound cheaper than you could buy it in the shops and that at the time. Scared Shrekless, something that is included on that Shrek Ultimate collection on Blu-ray. That's the only way to get this on Blu-ray. So yeah, again, literally no reason to get the DVD at all anymore, so shame, but there you go. Time and the Rani. I've got 2 copies of Time and the Rani. This was a birthday present of a friend who got me it a few years back. Because I actually owned it on VHS, but I didn't have the DVD. And I wasn't planning on getting the DVD because I knew it would be released on Blu-ray. And literally, I think it was a day or two after he got me this for my birthday that the season 24 box set was announced, so it made it redundant. And the reason I ended up having 2 copies is because one of them went missing in the post, so he had to order another one. But the second one, both of them actually arrived at the same time on the same day. Ooh. Ben 10 Alien Swarm. This is the DVD. Again, I don't need to watch this because I've got a rip of the Blu-ray. Oh, it's got an advert in it. It's got 2 adverts in it. Let's have a look at the adverts, eh? Oh, some old Ben 10 toys and that there. I remember my brother actually had quite a few of them. There's advertising. Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Alien Force, Vilgax Attacks. And that they're still advertising it on the PS2, and that because the PS2's had a bloody long life, all the way up until 2013, at least in the UK. But yeah, go rip the Blu-ray. Don't need to watch the DVD anymore. Got a handful. This one I can put away. I've ripped it anyway. But The Underwater Menace includes previously unreleased episode. This is thicker dust, really thicker dust. Because I'm not a big, I don't really like the story very much. I find it a bit boring. And again, it's getting an animated recon and everything, which shall include the episodes and all the special features from this original DVD. So sorry, but that's going in the storage. James and the Giant Peach. Oh, it does actually have the disc in there. Ew, it's a bit mucky. It is a bit mucky. Yeah, barely any special features on there. This hasn't got a release on Blu-ray in the UK, but I do have a rip of it. Scream of the Shulker. Again, I have ripped this and that, but I think I might keep this one out just because of how unique it is. I think this will not get its own Blu-ray release ever. I think if it does get released on Blu-ray, I think it'll probably be as a special feature, possibly. Mona the Vampire Edition. So yeah, this is 3 Mona the Vampire DVD. No, it's only 2. Oh, it's 2 Mona the Vampire DVDs. I've ripped them all on that already, so we know the drill. Mrs. Brown, live on air and unplugged. The only reason I own this DVD is because it's, at the time, it was the only Mrs. Brown's Boys episode not to be on any streaming service or on BBC iPlayer or anything. So, and I wanted to rewatch it, and that comes with that book and that. But yeah, this is just a rip-off, really. I mean, I only paid a couple of quid for it, brand new. But yeah, it's literally, how long is this? 37 minutes. That is all that is on that disc. Waste of a DVD, because the same time this got released, they released the previous Christmas specials as well, so it could have just went on the one disc. Anyway, there we go. George C. Scott's A Christmas Carol. This is my favourite version of A Christmas Carol. And that's, my granny owned the VHS, and then later the DVD, and then later I bought the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is out of print, at least in the UK. I don't know about the US, and it can get pretty pricey sometimes. I mean, I got this when the Blu-ray was next to nothing. I think I paid like £3 or £4 for it, but now it can be a little bit more pricey. Again, I've ripped it. There's nothing on there but the film itself, so yeah, that can be a one that can just go into storage. Hugo and the Two Strings. This is the rare out of print UK DVD. I say rare, it's not rare now. because the prices are going down. But I remember this was a bloody expensive bugger. But I remember I got this from a charity shop for £3, and it had the slipcover on that. But again, this includes the DVD as well. Thing is though, again, I've got the Scream Factory Steelbook, and I didn't, even though I got this Blu-ray years ago, I didn't end up watching the film until I got the Scream Factory Steelbook because I just kept forgetting about it. But this is a really good film. This is a really good film, especially if you love your stop motion and that. But yeah, again, get the Scream Factory release, or Shout Factory. Another copy of Paul. This is just a more standardized version. Again, the exact same discs. But it does have the slip card. I remember I bought this version because my original version, there was a slight scratch on the Blu-ray, which when I was playing the Blu-ray, it would always skip past. It would only skip like 2 seconds, so I didn't really care. But when it came to ripping it, it refused to rip, so that's why I had to pick up another copy. Power of the Daleks Special Edition. This one I will keep out. It is currently the latest release of it. So yeah, this one is definitely obviously worth it for all of the special features and that it includes. Yeah, I've forgotten it was a 3-disc set. Yeah, I've forgotten how many discs it was. But yeah. If only all the animated ones could be as, you know, have as many special features in that as this, because this feels like, you know, something that would do for like the Blu-ray box sets. But yeah, I'll put that alongside. That'll be staying in my room. This will certainly not. These will certainly not be. So we've got Curse of Chucky, which I do really like. But again, I do have the Scream Factory 4K Blu-ray of this, although the 4K Blu-ray is an upscale. So this, which I might watch it tonight again, actually. That can go in there. Cult of Chucky. Again, I've got the Scream Factory 4K, so don't really need to. So I can pop that on one side. I will say though, if you buy the new Chucky UK 4K Blu-ray box set, it only includes the Blu-ray of the first Child's Play film, not the 4K, and that is to do with a rights issue because Universal do not own the rights to the first Child's Play film. MGM owns that. So yeah, if you want to get a 4K Blu-ray of the first Child's Play film, you'll have to import the individual US Scream Factory release. So that's just something to keep in mind. I've got the Criterion Collection version of this, which I think is exactly the same. But yeah, fantastic Mr. Fox, a fantastic film. I hope it gets a fantastic 4K Blu-ray someday, but again, I've got the Criterion Collection version of this. So the regular version there can just go in there. Seed of Chucky. I didn't like this the first time I saw it. In fact, it took me a while, but it does grow on me. It did grow on me. But again, say it with me, people. I've got the Scream Factory 4K Blu-ray, so yeah, no reason to watch that one. This is underrated, I think. Well, I think less so now. I do really enjoy it. It's probably my second favourite version of A Christmas Carol. I always watch this one along with the George C. Scott one. But yeah, this is a Jim Carrey version. And this one's even in a slipcase. I remember, I think it was a charity shop I picked this one up at, actually. Double play DVD plus Blu-ray, so what is it? Oh. The Blu-ray fell out. Like the actual tray, yeah. Yeah, it's really not holding. The bottom clip is really not holding up. Unfortunately, that's a shame. That's a shame. But yeah, I've got this ripped and everything. In fact, a friend ripped it for me. I do like this slipcover though, it's quite nice and embossed. But again, I've got to be more picky and choosy in that with these. Futurama, Into the Wild Green Yonder. I don't know if I've ripped this or not, so I'll put that to one side. If I have ripped it, then it can just go in there. If not, then there you go. I recently only finished ripping this. This is probably my favourite film of all time, Hot Fuzz. But again, I've ripped it, and I've even got a rip of the 4K Blu-ray, which is unfortunately an upscale. But yeah, this is easily my favourite film of all time. And Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright are thinking about doing a sequel trilogy to the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. Well, I say sequel. They're not sequels to any of the actual films from that, but just more of them. Hot Fuzz, though, out of the 3 films, was the closest that actually got a sequel. It nearly did. I'm glad, though, it didn't, actually. Bride of Chucky, same old, got the Scream Factory version. This is also my favourite Chucky film. I watched the 4K Blu-ray, actually, the other day, and it does look excellent. Shaun of the Dead, probably my second favourite in the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. But same old story in that here. Ooh, we got an advert. We got an advert for Blu-ray discs. And we get a little poster on that as well. So yeah, this must have been an earlier one. The fact that it has that in there. So there you go. By the way, with these, with Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, just buy the regular Blu-rays, because I can barely see a difference between that and the 4Ks, because they are just upscales. The controversial reboot. I've only ever watched this the once. I did enjoy it enough the first time I watched it, but I've never went back to it. Yeah, and this has only ever had a Blu-ray release as well. This had a very limited release in the UK. I remember when I went to the cinema, basically, I was going to go to the cinema and basically I had the choice between basically seeing this at the cinema or seeing Toy Story 4. And my granny said, oh, if you want to go see Toy Story 4, I'll go with you. So me and my granny went to go see Toy Story 4, and I'm glad I saw, out of the 2, I'm glad I saw that one at the cinema, because I did plan on going back to see this at the cinema, but unfortunately it was such a limited release in the UK, so by the time I went to go back and see it, it was gone. This is also hilariously outdated. This is the US Chucky Complete Collection. This is a limited edition Blu-ray, which has everything from Child's Play to Curse of Chucky on there. So yeah, it is quite nice though. It is quite nice. But you can see there all the discs and that in there. And that, but again, this is, well, outdated in terms of a collection, but also I don't need it anymore. I remember I think my mum got me this for Christmas because I was having a right time. Basically, I got this just to get Child's Play 2, I think it was, and possibly the first one that as well, because I had all the others individually. But yeah, again, don't need that. Oh, it's Josh Schneer's favourite. To be honest, I really don't like this one. It's boring as hell. But I do own it on Blu-ray. I do like the special features on it. The special feature on it is more interesting than the actual thing itself. I think this would have made a better big finish because it is literally just sitting and talking in rooms for so long. But yeah, I've got it ripped. I'm never going to watch it again, probably. Maybe the special features, but the thing itself, nah. Spider-Man 2 on Blu-ray. I think I might have got this from Poundland, actually. Yeah. Well, it's really advertising all the stuff you can get, the digital codes and everything, which are outdated when I got this. But yeah, I've got a rip of the 4K version out of this anyway, but out of the Maguire ones, obviously this is easily the best out of them. But it's also one I can easily put to one side. I'll get to them in a minute. I'll get to that one in a minute. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Wow, this is the HMV version. With the HMV exclusive slip card. But again, I've got the 4K Blu-ray of this. Again, this one has mixed reception, but I do really like it. I do watch it every Christmas. So, keepy weepy. A lot of DVDs here. And a lot of them I can't remember whether I've ripped or not. Here's the one I definitely have. Robbie the Reindeer. Yeah, this kind of goes unnoticed on that, but yeah. Robbie the Reindeer, basically, if you like Wallace and Gromit, this is a little bit more adult than that. A little bit more, but yeah, only ever released on DVD. And the DVD is, I think, is long out of print. But you can still find it very easily. I did a couple of years back. But do highly recommend it. I should probably watch them again, actually. Because after today, we shall be past Halloween. It's weird to think that, but it is true. Let's do a big round here. Who wants to see a shit Halloween film? Well, if you missed out on the Five Nights at Freddy's film, you could always watch Willy's Wonderland. This is bad. This is bad. It has it does have its moments, but it is bad. Yeah. Basically, my dad bought me this because basically he promised to let me see it in the cinema, but we couldn't because COVID and that. So he paid to get us the Blu-ray. But yeah, it's bad. It go there. All right. Let's take a look in the other drawer because we have more to look at. I'll have to move the chair out of the way. Oh, a load of the Doctors. Here we go. I'll have to check if I've got rips of all these. So, we've got the Doctors, the Tom Baker years. And that, again, I think all of these are out of print. Here's the first of them. The Doctors, the John Pertwee years. They had to stop doing these just because they weren't really selling very well, and they are very mixed bag. I'm keeping all these out, though. The Doctors, the Pat Troughton years. This does contain some rare convention footage, so it is worth it for that. The Doctors, the William Hartnell years. The Doctors, the Monsters, which this one is definitely probably the best one out of it. So if you're going to get any of them, get this one. You can still find it, I think, on Amazon. Now, The Demons of Devil's End. Now, over there, just give me a moment. Over here, might as well put that in while I'm here. Over here, I have got the Blu-ray. I just realised the camera has gone all the way over there. So, surely these are exactly the same? No. And I'll tell you why. Basically, this only includes the White Witch of Devil's End and all of the special features associated with it. This does not. This includes other stuff as well. So basically, if I show you, the discs are all stacked, which is unfortunate. Disc 1 is basically exactly the same as what is on this Blu-ray. So, nothing to do on there. This is Return to Devil's End, and I think this might have been the first time it got released on DVD. But yeah, that's with John Pertwee basically it's a documentary returning to Devil's End, and can't remember whether this one was on the Blu-ray or not, but this is The Demons Revisited, which I can't remember. Is that on the Blu-ray or not? No, it's not. It's not on the Blu-ray. So yeah, that's also why it's worth picking up both versions, even if you have the Blu-ray already. It's worth picking up the DVD if you can. But yeah, that'll scare there. Can't rip them all. That's my scare. You know what? Since this is starting to get a bit of a rare Blu-ray, I'll put it on there. Sil, you're saved from being in storage. There we go. But we've got 2 releases here, and unfortunately they never did pass season 2 with these, but it's BoJack Horseman season 1 and season 2. So yeah, now in the US these got released by Shout Factory, but they were all as just one set. It was basically this, but with it being set at night rather than at day. In the UK they came out as 2 individual releases, which I do kind of prefer, because I do like having the alternate artworks and that on each. And also them being a slipcase. It still says Shout Factory on that on the back, but they did get the rights to do the first 4 seasons. This was before season 6 came out, I think it was. I think it was just after or just before season 5, but yeah. It's a shame that they never did, and they're very light on special features. They are very light on special features. Season 1 only has 3. It has some audio commentaries, the main titles as an animatic, and side-by-side animation walkthrough. Season 2 has commentaries, bonus 201 animatic galleries, Group Love in Amsterdam, sorry. Yeah, only not many special features, unfortunately, on them, which is a shame, because Shout Factory is normally really good at putting a load of special features on there, but that one was certainly lacking. The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, in a clear Blu-ray case, interestingly. But yeah, I'm assuming this was either a replacement case that they got, or possibly it might have been a one in a slip card, I don't know. It's not a bootleg, just so you know, it very much isn't. This is the official disc, and this is not just a reprint or anything. It is actually, you know, the proper thing. So yeah, they've either put in it, this was either in a replacement case, or it was possibly in some sort of slipcase and that. Yeah, Lion King 2, I think is underrated. I really do like it. Whenever I watch The Lion King, I'll always watch The Lion King 2 not long after. So one of the few, like, actually pretty damn good direct-to-video sequels. So, but again, I've ripped that all, so that can go in storage, unfortunately. So yeah, what a shame. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Here we go. This is a German release. This is Looney Tunes Back in Action. That famously had a lot of trouble with it because it included the Daleks, which they thought was under public domain. And they just asked the BBC. They initially thought the Daleks were under public domain, and then initially they just asked the BBC and didn't ask the Terry Nation Corporation. And it wasn't until later on that basically they apologised to the Terry Nation Corporation about the debacle with this, because it came very close to them not allowing the BBC to actually have the Daleks. But yeah, it's also a good film. I haven't watched it in a while, though. Come out. Hey, this is Deadpool on Blu-ray. And not only is this a slipcover version, it's also a red Blu-ray case. Yeah, this is the red Blu-ray case. Oh, it still has my receipt from CEX and that in it. Yeah. I do really like Deadpool. I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. I'm also glad that Ryan Reynolds essentially, Disney tried to just get the generic Marvel writers to write Deadpool 3, and Ryan Reynolds threw out the script and said, I'm not doing it with that piece of shit script, or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, glad it's not gonna be basically because we had the same writers as Deadpool 1 and 2. Here's a film I remember growing up. Space Chimps. I remember I got this from I think it was either One Below or Pound World. I can't remember which it was. They ended up being one the same, but yeah, this is on Blu-ray. I've watched it once since getting the Blu-ray, and it reminded me why I haven't seen it in a while. I've got the second film on Blu-ray in that as well. I've only ever seen the second film once. It was bloody dreadful. The first film, I mean, is a typical kids film. It's not awful, but still. I can't remember whether I've ripped it or not. I'll have to double check. I'll have to put that one side. This film I definitely have ripped. The World's End. The World's End, hooray. On Blu-ray, hurry. Again, I've got a rip of the 4K and that of this. I still do enjoy this film, and I think I enjoy it more now than I initially did. It also is a weird switcheroo because we have, for the most part, we have Nick Frost playing the Straight Man, where it was normally be for the first two films on the trilogy. It was Simon Pegg. For this one, they kind of swapped it around a bit. So yeah, I think Nick Frost though is better at playing the more comedic, and Simon Pegg being the straight man. That's just me personally. So we've got Fantastic Beasts, which I do like. It should have been just a one-off. It should have just, if this was just a one-off, spin-off film, yeah, this one was actually pretty good. This one is just a complete fucking mess. I didn't even watch this until, I think it was 2020 or 2021. Basically, during the lockdowns, I decided to rewatch all of the Harry Potter films. And once I've done that, I decided to then, I think I'm either I already had or I recently picked up Fantastic Beasts. And I hadn't seen the sequel, Crimes of Grindelwald. And I decided to watch the Blu-ray. In fact, I watched the extended cut, which is the most annoying extended cut. I think, yeah, it includes the... No, it is a 2-disc Blu-ray set, yeah. It's the most annoying extended cut because every time you watch a scene that wasn't in the theatrical film, a little bit of text pops up in the corner saying deleted scene. And it's just like, for God's sake, it just interrupts the flow, but also this film is crap. It's bad. I never ended up watching... I can't even remember what the third one was, but initially there was meant to be 5, and now there are only 3, and the whole franchise is unfinished because, yeah. Speaking of Harry Potter, I should rip all of these. I need to keep this out to rip all of them. But there they are. That is, now this, I think this version is out of print, but this is the 16-disc version. Basically, because, if I take it out, basically most copies of the film now do not include all of the original special features. This does. Basically, and you can see there, I hate these cardboard sleeves. I really do. But yeah, they include all of the special features, not just some of them. So yeah, a lot of... you got to be careful with the Harry Potter ones. But yeah, I'll keep this one out because I do need to rip all of the special features of these. And also the films themselves. I do have downloads and that of all the 4K versions. Though only the first 2 films are true 4K Blu-ray. Let's have a look. Oh! Freddy vs. Jason. This is the US release because the UK one is out of print. And it's one of those... really cheap Blu-ray cases, almost as cheap as that other one, but not quite nearly though. I've only watched this film once, and I did enjoy it. I watched it, I think, last Halloween, I think it was, or something like that. It might have even been earlier this year. But yeah, I do really enjoy it. I hope it does get a 4K release at some point. hopefully, in fact, Scream Factory can get the rights to all the Nightmare on Elm Street films. South Park, seasons 16 to 20. So, yeah. I have South Park seasons 1 to 20, season 21 and 22, I think. Possibly 23, I can't remember. But I am no longer buying the South Park Blu-rays. And the reason is because, basically, I think from season 23 or possibly season 20... No, I think it was season 23, possibly onwards. Also, this one has the worst Blu-ray case. Like, this will not... Like, literally, there's nothing keeping it shut. Yeah, look at that. And this isn't that old. This is only a year or two old, this Blu-ray case. But it's been like that since day one. Like, the clips on it are just, like, non-existent. They're not broken, they just don't clip. But yeah, from I think season 23 and that onwards, none of them came with any special features, not even audio commentary. So that's why I stopped buying the Blu-rays and that for them. Because basically I could just get digital downloads of them that looked basically the same. Because, you know, South Park. But yeah, it's a shame. I did really like the recent special. I did really like that. But you can see here, it's just got all the discs and that on there. They've recently released a seasons 21 through 25 box set. I don't know if that includes, though, the Paramount specials that were released in between those. I don't know. But yeah, these weren't released in the UK. And these, South Park seasons 14 onwards, season 14 onwards, are region locked. These are the only standard Blu-rays I've got that are region locked. Seasons 1 through 13 aren't, but season 14 onwards are region locked. So these will not play in a UK Blu-ray player. Now, for me, it didn't really matter because I was ripping it anyway. Also, I don't know why it has a banner saying Blu-ray when it's got Blu-ray there, but yeah, that's all ripped and that, so I don't need to bother with that. But basically, the reason season 14 is region locked is because season 14 has the infamous 200 and 201 episodes in there, which were banned actually for quite a while in the UK. They did end up airing on TV, but they were very censored, in fact. Yeah, here it is. Actually, yeah. This one actually, though, this one... Oh, look at that. That one's all right. That one actually clips shut. But yeah, basically, if you buy season 14 on DVD in the UK, which is... Where is it? There it is. There's season 14. It will be missing episodes 200 and 201. They are not on the DVD. So yeah, the only way to get it is either import the US DVD or for basically the same price, import the Blu-ray. Or just find it online somewhere. But yeah, but basically that is also the reason it's region locked as well. They started region locking. South Park seasons 11, 12 and 13. Well, I think 11. I know South Park season 12 and 13. Yeah, South Park seasons 11 through 13 were released on Blu-ray in the UK. So yeah, if you want to pick... But after that, they stopped. South Park seasons 6 to 10 on Blu-ray. And these are these have all the remastered 16:9 versions where they basically, what they did is they went back to the original episodes and basically just remastered them and just expanded the backgrounds, and they do look all the better for it. Oh god. Shrek. This is the original Shrek. What the fuck happened to the back of it there? And you can tell this is a rock solid case. This, I believe, yeah, I think it is. This is my granny's original copy of Shrek, and I think it was either her first or one of the first DVDs she ever got. Oh, there it is. Hear that snap. Yeah. It even has instructions saying on there saying press center to release, and it says it on there and that as well. They wanted to make it as clear as possible. It comes with a booklet. Look at that. I am going to put in the storage, unfortunately, and just because, you know, I mean, one of the reasons I kept it anyway is because of mainly sentimental value, and two, it's Shrek. I can't remember whether I've ripped this or not, but this is Little Miss, the complete series on DVD. I can't remember whether I've ripped this or not, so I'll put that into the other pile. This I definitely have. The Likely Lads. So this is the Likely Lads 1976 film on Blu-ray, which also includes two missing episodes of the original series that were found, basically. So yeah, they were found basically after the original DVD and that releases. So when they did the Blu-ray and that, they released them there. It comes with a booklet on that as well. Nice thick booklet, although the Blu-ray case is one of those cheap, flimsy ones. But yeah, it's a really thick booklet with tons of information on that in there. It's a shame the case it comes in is one of those really cheap, flimsy ones. Also, the other day they found an episode from Basil Brush from September 1970. Yeah, that was recently found. But yeah, I've ripped all that so I can go to one side. The Rob Zombie films. Now this does not include any special features again, but this is a significant release because at the time of doing this live stream, I was about to say recording, we're live. This is the only way to get the theatrical versions of both films. So yeah, this is the only way to get the theatrical cut. It's a Canadian release. So yeah, but I've ripped them both, so I can put them both alongside. Shall we have a look at the chat? I cannot read it from there, but yeah, we'll have a look at the chat, and I think after that I'm going to have a drink of water because my throat is going. Have a look at the chat. All right, so hello Cyber FM. Hello Pyramids. In fact, hello Sea Devil's nice. Sea Devil's good, but Silurings is better. Silurings is actually down here already. Yeah, classic. Unwanted says, I always prefer DVDs over subscription services. They come with extra features. They're all so there when you need them. Well, unless you've lost them. Basically, I'd say the best way to have it the best of both worlds is basically you basically have, you know, a DVD or a Blu-ray, you rip the DVD and the Blu-ray, and that way you've got basically, you know, an MP4 digital copy of that, which, you know, you could put on your phone. Or if, for example, you've got OneDrive or Google Drive or some sort of service like that, you could put them on there, and that way you've effectively got yourself your own little streaming service, basically. I don't do that personally, just because it's just easier to just copy the files across. But yeah. Excuse me, that's what I do. Let me see what the other comes. Shiny White says, with DVDs and any physical media, as well as you get the massive advantage of knowing what is you actually own it, and it won't be taken away. The streaming services decide to remove things. Yeah, if you don't, yeah, exactly. Like an unearthly child. Let me. I guess I'm gonna reach in. What are we grabbing here? Okay, we've got some Scooby-Doos. Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. And this artwork is much better than the newer one that they did. Unfortunately, this is one of the cheapest DVD cases ever. Unfortunately. I do actually have an HD version of this and that as well. Though I believe it is upscale, but Warner Brothers did do an HD version. Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. I can't remember her name, but the woman who played Daphne in this was her final role, unfortunately, because I think it was either just before or just after this film came out, she committed suicide. But yeah, there it is. Yeah, Reluctant Werewolf I initially had on VHS, actually. Alien Invaders I did have on DVD, but this is a replacement one I had to get because my original DVD was scratched. Because back in the day I used to lend out my DVDs and that to my brother and he would not take care of them. No point in even having this. The Daleks. Yeah, do you remember these? I do like the slipcase, but this includes. This was a range of DVDs that were released around the 50th. That would basically all of the Not Too Famous Monsters or Villains, and it would include their original appearance and their most recent appearance. Well, apart from with the Cybermen, because 10th Planet was unfinished, and I don't think the animation had came out yet. So they put Tomb on there, and then they put, I think, Age of Steel on there. But anyway, yeah, remember this? This has the Daleks on it. And Asylum of the Daleks. And basically, Asylum of the Daleks is on its own disc. It's on one disc. And that, because obviously the Dalek... This, I think, was the only one or one of two that was just on 2 discs. But yeah. No special features or anything, but there we go. And I think I got this when I went out. Yeah, I remember why I have this now. Because I did already have the Daleks on DVD, but I was out shopping with my granny. I'd taken her out shopping, and basically, I spotted this and that, and basically at the time, she said it was only I think it was only a £5 or something like that. It wasn't very much, and I said, "Oh, the Daleks are on there." She said, "Oh, do you want it?" And I went, "Oh, well, I've already got my own copy." He said, "Oh, well, you can have a copy in that at my house and that, so when you come," so that's why I ended up getting this. So I had a copy at hers. But yeah, I've had it all that time. Paranorman. This was an ex-Blockbuster one, you can see by the thing on there. And £10 at the time was really cheap for a Blu-ray. But also notice it says rental copy in that as well. And it's on the disc itself. It has in permanent marker 002, so this was the second copy the Blockbuster had. But yeah, basically, Blockbuster, when all the pre-owned stuff in Blockbuster was basically just ex-rental stuff, basically. This was originally, obviously, in their rental stuff, and then basically, after a length of time, they'd stop putting it out for rentals, and then they'd just put it up in the used thing, which normally meant you could get pretty good deals. Yeah, I think the Blu-ray in that is long out of print in the UK. Again, I've got the Scream Factory 4K Steelbook, so again, let's go in the box, unfortunately. We've got some PS2 games. This is probably my favourite PS2 game of all time, and probably one of my favourite games of all time, Battle for Bikini Bottom. That I'll probably keep out. And this is probably my favourite racing game of all time, Simpsons Road Rage. I remember at the time, because I remember the first time I played this was in a pub in Spain. Basically, if you've ever been on holiday to Spain before, there's a load of like British type pubs and that, you know, near hotels and resorts and that, and at the time, quite a few of them basically had games and that you could play in them, and one of them had a PS2 with a load of discs in there. A lot of them, it must have been a modded PS2 because most of them were on burnt discs. This was one of the few that wasn't. Actually, no, it was an Xbox, actually, I played it on initially. Yeah, it was a jailbroken Xbox, but I remember when we got back home, I looked all over to try and find this. I could find it on eBay, but on eBay at the time, it cost a fortune for some reason. I couldn't find it at Granger Games, remember them? I couldn't find it at Game, and we were in my local Blockbuster just looking in that, and this was in the used section, and it was only $3.99. So yeah, I've had that for a long time. Speaking of games, here's a PS3 game. Because I do actually have a PS3 behind that TV. Sly, Thieves Through Time. A game that ends on a cliffhanger because it was meant to be resolved in the DLC that never came. And there's been rumours of a 5th game for the bloody end of time, cancelled film, cancelled TV show. Such a bloody shame. And I do actually really like this game. I do really like this game. A lot of people don't, but yeah, I do really like this game. And it's probably one of my favourite franchises for PlayStation. Well, in terms of exclusives to PlayStation. What have we got here? More Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Interestingly, while Scooby-Doo 1 got a single release Blu-ray, both in the US and the UK, though the UK one is long out of print, Scooby-Doo 2 is only available in this double feature Blu-ray. It never got its own individual release, and it never got a release on Blu-ray in the UK. They are on separate discs, by the way. These are also the most see-through. This is one of those really cheap Blu-ray cases, but this is one of the most see-through Blu-rays ever. I mean, if I put that through up to the camera, you can actually see straight through the Blu-ray. Yeah. And there we go. But again, they're both ripped, so that can go in there. Futurama Bender's Game. I can't remember whether I've ripped it or not. I think out of the 4, this is probably the weakest. Because this one really feels the most like they didn't really know what to do with the hour-and-a-half long format. Yeah, I'll put them Blu-rays down there because I don't know whether I've ripped them or not. Oh! Doctor Who Spearhead from Space. I think I've ripped everything on this. But since it's also the Blu-ray in that, I'll keep it out. Yeah, annoyingly with this, that basically you need to have 2 copies of this. I don't have the special edition. I refuse to get it. I was just like, well, I've got the Blu-ray. Annoyingly, though, the special edition version has special features not on here, and this has special features not on the DVD. So, yeah, hopefully the collection box set will sort that out. Speaking of Sly, here's the Sly trilogy. I've got a story behind this one and that as well. Basically, I got this from CEX back in the day, and basically the price tag, I've since removed it, but the price tag initially said on it £15, and when I went to pay, they said, oh, it's £18 now, the price has gone up. And I said, well, it says £15 there. He said, oh, well, you can't have it. He said, oh, well, you know, the price has gone up. You know, do you still want it at £18? And I said, well, it should be 50. Thing is, if it was today now, I wouldn't accept that. I would ask, speak to a member of staff, because legally, I didn't know this at the time, because I was a lot younger then, but legally, whatever the price says on the thing, that is legally the price they've got to give you that at. If they put the wrong price on, or the price increases, but it still has the old price on there, that's their fault. So, yeah, legally I should have got that for £15, not bloody 18. But, yeah, that was long ago. But that's just one of the reasons. They're shit. CEX is shit. Which is shit. They used to go, oh, this is a bit knackered. I mean, it was a bit knackered when I got it. This is Doctor Who, the 40th anniversary collector's edition DVD. There's my number 3,809 out of 5,000. I got this, I remember, for £40. It was used, and I was so disappointed when I got it. I got it off Amazon because I didn't know what was on it. I thought it was going to be some Dalek story, because I was very young. I was still a kid at the time. This was like 2007, 2008. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just Dalek Invasion of Earth, Resurrection of the Daleks, and Remembrance of the Daleks. I mean, it is a nice set, but unfortunately for me, I already owned all 4 stories at the time. on DVD, so basically I had wasted £40 on this. Really, I should have returned it, but I didn't know you could do that now. So yeah. Yeah, Kig Me was so pissed off that he spent all of his money on that. Ugh. Oh, my arm, my arm, my arm. Oh, there we go. Another DVD release. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien: The Wild Truth. This is a US only release. Yeah, because Ultimate Alien stopped at Volume 4 in the UK. But here they are. In a very cheap case. Yeah, again, I've got HD versions of that. At least these were in 16:9. But yeah, I got this at a time where basically you couldn't basically find Ben 10 Alien Force anywhere. Or Ultimate Alien and that. So I got the DVDs. Now, unfortunately, the first episode of this is in pretty good quality. All the other episodes on here are on shit quality and really crap audio. I don't know why. I don't know why, but they're really compressed and horrible. And again, I don't know the reason why. I'm just reaching in and grabbing what I can. Scooby-Doo Halloween DVD 4-pack collection. This includes Scooby-Doo Franken-Creepy, Scooby-Doo Stage Fright, Scooby-Doo Moon Monster Madness, that's actually pretty good, and Scooby-Doo Music of the Vampire. There they are. Interesting discs, these. Yeah, they just have sort of... Don't know why it's all black and white artwork, but again, I've got HD versions of these and some of them on Blu-ray, so yeah, I can easily go on there. Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers. This recently had, well, I say recently, not that recently. This recently had a HD version, which unfortunately, well, basically it went back to the original color grading, so everything looks a lot more saturated and brighter. I prefer the original 1990s mastering because it has a much more sort of muted, sort of spooky tone and that to it, which I think the new version really lacks in. Ghoul School looks better though, but yeah, this is also one of those DVDs where you can flip it over on that on both sides, yeah. There's Boo Brothers. The Sarah Jane Adventures, the complete third series. Yeah, this was the first one that really skimped on the special features. Because, look at the special features. There is one... No, there are two special features on here. Sarah Jane Adventures audiobook clip. Yeah, it is just one special feature. One special feature on this. This is even worse than the Series 4 special features, because at least then you got the full Pyramids of Mars. I mean, if you already had it, it didn't really mean anything, but at least you got the full thing. This, you just get an excerpt out of a Sarah Jane Adventures audiobook. Which, yeah, is a shame. This is a later one, because it's advertising the Matt Smith stuff. This is really the second copy I bought, because my original copy went bloody missing. Now, a friend of mine sent me rips of the BritBox versions, which is good, because they've now got rid of the BritBox versions, and they're no longer the original cuts and that of them. They're the cut versions that were released in the US that have certain scenes and that removed due to context and that. But yeah, there's that DVD that can go in there, because again, no point in watching that since I've got the HD versions. It was also the first series of the Sarah Jane Adventures to be filmed in HD as well. Oh, God, this is a heavy one. Horrible Histories, Series 1 to 5. And this is the only Horrible History... Like, I've seen bits of Series 6, bits of Series 7, but this is the only stuff that's worth a damn. When people refer to Horrible Histories, it's these that they refer to. That. So there's Series 5. They're on them really, really thin DVD cases, which are just about big enough for 2 discs. So yeah, there's Series 5. Series 4. It's still really good, though. I know that they never got released on Blu-ray,
Series 3. Series 2. And Series 1. Series 1 was the only one I previously had before getting this set. And I did get it used on eBay, though it only cost me, I think, around about £10, I think it was, or something like that. So, but yeah, there we are. I never saw that Horrible Histories movie. I've got the Horrible Histories Bill movie, the one about William Shakespeare, but I've never actually watched it. Oh, Dara O'Brien talks funny live in London. Have I ripped this or not? I'm not sure. I'll put that to one side. I'm almost certain I have. Oh, come on, what we got? What we got? Oh! Doctor Who, the complete 4th series. This is the HMV exclusive version, and I got this on eBay for 50p. Or it might have been £1. It was either £1 or 50p, but yeah, everything else is the same in that. But yeah, this is the HMV exclusive. No real reason to have this now out. So yeah, it's just got. I only got it because I was curious about it at the time. What else we got? Oh, right. Okay. Scooby-Doo, Pirates Ahoy. Oh, this one's cropped to 4x3, yeah. Which is irritating. That. Yeah, I do like this movie. I do like this one. Yeah, this has more than one DVD in it. Who Bob What Pants? Okay, I was about to say. Oh, this is cropped to 4x3 in that as well. Now, this has more than one DVD in it. This has a recordable DVD, which I'm betting this will not work anymore, this recordable DVD, because all of my DVDs that I recorded on, all of them don't work anymore. I've got well over 100 of DVDs I recorded on, including all of the Doctor Who Confidentials and that, and other stuff, but none of them work now, unfortunately, because that's just how DVDs are. This one I watched a lot because this, I don't know if you can read it, but this has the End of Time Part 2 and it's confidential and that on there. I don't think it has anything else on there though. I don't think it, so. Even if this did work, it wouldn't really mean anything. There's the SpongeBob DVD itself, but yeah, I'll pop it back in there. But yeah, because I don't think there's anything else on that disc. Here is a trio DVD box set. We've got Ice Age, and well, it's not as good as I remember it initially being, and that I still do like it. And the Garfield movie, not very good. And Roblox, something I've really enjoyed and appreciated more over time, but I have Roblox on Blu-ray. Or a rip of it, at least. Don't have Ice Age on Blu-ray, though. I imagine I'll be able to find it fairly easily. What's this box? Feels like a box set. Sarah Millican, Chatterbox Live and Thoroughly Modern Millican. I remember I got this for Christmas one year. This was a £5 actually from HMV, brand new, but yeah, I do really like Sarah Millican from that. Oh, speaking of comedy, there's another one. Another Dara O'Brien one, live at the Theatre Royal. Again, I can't remember whether I have it on that. Wow, new for 2006. Bloody hell. Pre-owned. £4 or 3 for £10. I paid less than that. I think I only paid, like, I don't know, maybe £1.50 on that. Probably. There we go. Woo! Bloody Okay, we'll go through these and then I think that'll be it. Big Top Scooby-Doo. I don't mind this one, actually. I don't mind this one, though. It's one of those ones which a lot of Scooby-Doo films go out of its... Basically, they go out of its way that... Basically, where the monster should really be supernatural and then just basically giving it an explanation. And that. It's not too bad on this one, but for, you know, certain Scooby-Doo films, it's particularly bad. And then we've got the last two Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. So this is Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, The Return of Heat Blast. Again, US only release. And yeah, the quality in the audio is not very good on this. It's really bad. Like even for DVD, like there's one episode that's decent and then the others aren't. I don't know why. And then this one, which is advertising the others. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, The Ultimate Ending. The audio and the video is actually good on this one. Yeah, this one's, I mean, for DVD quality anyway. Because compared to the others, the last two, that the audio and the video is actually good all the way through, and good on that one. So yeah, at least they got it right for the final one. And yeah, I think there's anything else here. We'll go over that later. Revolting Rhymes, but it's in German. Yeah, so basically Revolting Rhymes was made for the BBC, basically, and is based on the book by Roald Dahl, and unfortunately it was only ever released on DVD in the UK. The only place that got a release on Blu-ray was Germany, which is hence why this is a German release. There's a little booklet on that as well. They also got the Gruffalo and the Gruffalo's Child, and Room on the Broom, and that's on Blu-ray and that as well. But yeah, now this does actually though have the audio on there in English. I'll actually keep this one out though. It does have the audio in English. However, for the special feature, unfortunately, on the special feature, which is in English, unfortunately, it's dubbed over in German and there's no English version. So what I did is, basically, I got the UK DVD and basically took the audio from the UK DVD just for the special feature and then matched it up with the HD version on here. Just for the special feature, because again, it includes the English audio track for the special itself, but not for the special feature, which is irritating. And we'll go over this last one. Yeah. Stuart Little 1 and 2. This is the rare out of print UK Blu-ray. I think Stuart Little 1 got a release on its own in the UK, but not Stuart Little 2. I can't remember whether I've ripped these or not. I know I've ripped, I think, Stuart Little 1, I think. I don't know. I'll have to check my archive and that for that. But yeah, this was £15 from CEX, I think it was. And that was actually still a good deal. And it came with the slipcase and that as well. But yeah, this thing can get bloody expensive. I can't even remember if the US one is still in print or not. There's more DVDs and that over here. There's more Blu-rays and that as well. Look, it's a Wilco bag. There was someone trying to sell one on Facebook Marketplace for bloody 500 quid. Yeah. This is the most annoying Blu-ray release, and it's, you can see, oh god. So this I got from a CEX a year or two ago. So this is The Adventures of Tintin, and this Blu-ray is quite rare, and it's out of print because it only had one print pressing. But it is, you know, all of the 90s TV series, not on Blu-ray. Ooh, they're very stuck together. Unfortunately, they are all cropped to 16:9. Yeah, they basically all cropped from their original 4:3 to 16:9. The thing is, though, if you have the DVD release, which I do, of this version, they are also cropped to 16:9. The only way to get uncropped versions is to get a rare out of print, I think it's 2003, 2004 DVD release where they're not cropped. Unfortunately, then the masters of them are bloody terrible quality. So yeah, these are really nice quality, but they're cropped. And then you got the ones that aren't. But at least, hopefully, you know, someday this might get a release in that again. But for now, it can go into the box. I've ripped them all. And that they're all converted. Let's have a look in the Wilco bag. The Iron Giant. Amazingly, I didn't see this film all the way through for the first time until I actually got this Blu-ray. Yeah. But it is an absolutely fantastic film. It is a fantastic film. And, you know, maybe it might get a 4K Blu-ray release. I think HDR will make it look really nice. And I think I'll save the others and that for next time. So yeah, I think I'll go over some of the questions and that in the chat, and then I think I'll finish things off. But if I just show what we've got. So there we go. There's all the ones that are in the box for storage. These are all the ones here that basically I need to go through and that, and those are probably all going to be staying in my room. So yeah. Oh, what bloody time is this? Oh, it's only 5:22. I thought it was much later because it's much darker now. It's getting dark quite quick. Yeah. So if everyone gives me a moment, I'm going to have a drink of water. Flavoured water then. Better. And I'm going to go over and sit down, and we will then have a look at the chat, and I'll also plug my tablet in to charge. Ooh, bugger. I've got to remember at some point to get fireworks for bonfire night. Well, this will be the first year, actually, also. My brother will not be lighting any of the fireworks or chipping in for them because he says he can't be bothered. Yeah, that's how basically bothered my brother is about anything now. He can't be bothered to basically do anything. But anyway. Oh god, the chat. I'll have to close that, reopen it. Right. Sharpie says that Iron Giant, amazing film. I do agree. The Doctor 11 says, I'll rip special edition of Spear from Space when you want. I'm better. No, you're not. I don't want to rip from Spear from Space DVD because I might as well just wait for the Blu-ray when it comes in a Blu-ray box set. So no particular real point. Though he will send his Ice Age on Blu-ray, I'll have that. Shiny Wake says, how harsh do you think you are gonna go on the Renegade drone in the Remembrance set? Whoa. Wait and see, people. Wait and see. I might go harsh on the Supreme Dalek's eye, actually. And that, but yeah, you'll have to wait and see. Hopefully that'll be soon. Hopefully it'll be soon. Because they were meant to come out by the end of this month, supposedly. And I think it'll probably be early November, and it probably is. I imagine, I wouldn't be surprised though if by the end of this week or at the start or sometime next week we start seeing them in stores, probably down south, like, but still. Yeah, Aldeval fucked it up beyond repair, yes. Sharpie says, you're watching Tales from the TARDIS tomorrow. I should be. I don't know what time I'll be watching it. I mean, who knows? If they come on at midnight, I might start watching them then. But I'll try and watch them tomorrow. Are they? Hang on. Are they included on the 60th anniversary Blu-ray? Let's have a look at the list. Special features for the 60th anniversary Blu-ray include the Starbeast behind the scenes, the 14th Doctor reveal, Wild Blue Yonder behind the scenes, the Giggle behind the scenes, the Giggle in Vision commentary. I'm glad they're bringing back the in Vision commentaries, by the way. The Giggle in Vision commentary, the Starbeast in Vision commentary, David Tennant and Catherine Tate's flashbacks, Yasmin Finley introduces Rose Noble designing the 14th Doctor, Sector with Yasmin Finley, the Starbeast behind the scenes trailer, Wild Blue Yonder behind the scenes trailer, the Giggle behind the scenes trailer. The cast introduces the villains in Wild Blue Yonder. Okay. Behind the scenes fun with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Video diary with David Tennant stand-in. Okay. Not David Tennant himself. TARDIS Sector with David Tennant and Phil Simms. Ruth Mardy introduces Shirley Binningham. Neil Patrick Harris introduces the Toymaker. Becoming the Toymaker, 60th anniversary recap with David Tennant, and exclusive to the 60th anniversary Blu-ray and DVD releases, Rachel Talalay's scene breakdown, Kathyana Burton's scenes breakdown, Tom Kingsley's scene breakdown. Yeah, unless it's just not mentioned on this special features list. It seems like Tales from the TARDIS will not be included, which I don't know why. Like, surely you would include everything, including there's none of that because it was filmed. None of these music of the 60th anniversary thing that is not included on there either. Now, will it be the case like what they did with the 50th, where they do like an individual release and that first, and then do some sort of box set with everything associated with the anniversary special on there later? I don't know, but it's annoying that it's not on there, especially when it's 3 discs. It's 3 discs. They can fit it on there, particularly the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is 3 50-gigabyte Blu-ray discs. They can fit it on there, unless those special features are like over an hour each. Because each special themselves is meant to be an hour each. Though I've heard a couple of rumours saying that the last one might be a little bit longer. Maybe 65, 70 minutes, I don't know. But still, it is annoying when it's just like, it's not on there. I mean, I'll download it from BBC iPlayer, or a friend of mine will download it as well, and I'll just get it from him. But still, you know, just like, I want it on there. But yeah, I will be hopefully watching it on mine. I don't know if I'll be able to watch them all. It depends. One, it depends whether I'm going out anywhere or not, which I don't think I am. I mean, one, the weather's crap tomorrow. It's meant to be raining like non-stop for the rest of this week and next week. And two, the other thing is basically whether I'll be coming back to my granny's apartment to start packing stuff in. I won't be able to take them DVDs and that home in a day because I'll need my dad to do it, because they'll have to go in the car, because even though that box is only half full of just, DVDs and Blu-rays, it weighs a fucking ton now. So, yeah, but those DVDs, I think I'll probably, well, they'll either go in the garage or possibly the loft. I might put them in the loft. And that, I'll have to sort out all the figures and everything else and that there. And that, all my granny's stuff. And that, I mean, there's my granny's TV and that to sort out and that as well. That's the TV, it's a 46-inch 4K TV. And I've said to my brother, because he was not too long ago in the market for 4K TV, was looking for one, although he kind of decided to buy something else instead at the time. But I said to him, you should just have it, and he went, oh no, I don't want to have her thing. And I said, well, you might as well, she'd want you to have it, and it saves you having to go out and get one. So I think if not, we'll just keep it as a spare, possibly, or sell it. I don't know. She's got another 4K TV and that as well. Yeah. I've got my old laptop here, which I'm glad I do, because it's a Windows 10 one. Because there's a few things I can only do on a Windows 10 laptop that I can't do on my Windows 11 one. Because for some bizarre reason on my Windows 11 laptop, command prompt doesn't work. Which is an issue, because if I want to download something from BBC iPlayer, I need command prompt to work. But also, more importantly, basically with that Sarah Jane Adventures DVD, The Attic, that convention, in the process of trying to rip that, it killed one of my 4K Blu-ray drives. It killed it. So I had to get another one. And basically, in order to get it to work with 4K Blu-rays, you have to downgrade the firmware. And for the life of me, I could not get, it would not work when I tried it on Windows 11. It just wouldn't. So I brought it here and I downgraded it using that laptop, and it worked perfectly fine first time. So yeah, thankfully someone did actually send me a rip of the Blu-ray copy. What they did is they uploaded it privately to YouTube and then sent it to me so I could download it. And they said they would give me the raw files of the Blu-ray and that as well. So big thank you to them. Big thank you to hang on, I'm gonna get their name up. Yeah. So big thank you to Rani Podcast. So big thank you to Rani Podcast for sending me them. I'm hoping that they'll also send me that. Yeah. Oh, they just replied to me. I'll reply to them and that in a minute. But yeah, thank you so much for that. And also, thank you to Yonko, aka Chris. I've forgotten his last name. Oh, I always forget his last name. I always just refer to him as Yonko. Chris Johnson. There we go. I always refer, but huge thank you to him as well. And that I didn't think he'd actually get back in contact with us, but he did. Thank you to them, and that because yeah, it's a problem I've had with that disc since day one, and I've always just had to skip those bits when watching it. But yeah, huge thank you to all of them, and that it really, I did really appreciate that. And thank you to everyone who said there the kind words and that, in the passing of my granny who passed away. Again, much really appreciated, because we're going to this year has been I'm not gonna lie, this year has been shit for me. This is not just that, but like it's been pretty shit, because I'm not gonna go into it, but basically too much. But let's just say for this year, like, it has been a massive roller coaster for my. It has been a massive roller coaster of ups and downs for my great, mainly downs. Like, basically, every time, there seemed to be the slightest glimmer of hope, then things just got way worse. And yeah, there's a lot of things to go into with that. Yeah, but huge shout out to that. The only things where I've been truly happy this year, like my only happy memories now this year is all the times like when I went to the 2 times I went to Blackpool, I always love going to Blackpool, and also when I went to Leeds and that, stuff like that. Those are, and going to Neil Cole's museum and that as well. Those are basically my only happy memories and that from this year, because it hasn't been the happiest year in that for me. Canadian always ticking. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, six. Also, no word on the 60th anniversary coming out in any cinemas. I know I think there's going to be a BFI screening, but like with the 60th, it came out in, quite a lot of cinemas, particularly Odeon ones. No word on the 60th coming out on any, and I don't think it's going to. And if it does, it'll be after all 3 of them come out, most likely. So I'm going to say, I don't know. But yeah, now, excuse me. Let me open up the video and get the chat up again. So yeah, basically I think I'll sort of start wrapping up things and that here and that. If you want me to do another one of these live streams and that where I basically go through the stuff as I'm packing it up, then let me know, because I can easily do that. Otherwise, to be honest, that took way longer. Otherwise, with doing it as a live stream, showing each one, talking about it, because otherwise, I could have done all that in what, 10 minutes or something like that. Just gone quickly through. But yeah, it's taking us, it's like, I don't know, an hour and a half or just over that. So yeah, if there's anything else you want to ask or say, anything at all, please, just do it now, and then I'll answer it. So yeah, again, the chat on the actual live stream itself gets stuck at a certain point every time, so I have to bloody open it live and that on my phone. Yeah, but there doesn't seem to be any other any other comments on that. So yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, the bad news actually kept on coming at it, because initially today I was going to meet my other grandparents who are still alive. They're still alive. For like a birthday lunch from them, a late birthday lunch from them. Unfortunately, they both had to cancel today because they're both ill. So yeah, basically just like thing after thing. Jesus Christ. Thing after thing after thing. It is irritating. Also, I did get the Doctor Who annual for my birthday, and I had to send it back because I got basically it was bent, like literally bent in half, and the corner had been bashed in. Basically, because I had to order it from Amazon, because I went looking fucking everywhere for it and that, and basically W.H. Smith's didn't have it. My local film plant didn't even have it. Waterstones didn't have it. The Works didn't have it either. Like, I'm talking about the physical stores I went into. So yeah, I thought, I'll just order it from Amazon and that. Asda didn't have that either. So yeah, it was a bloody nightmare to try and find. And I was so annoyed it was damaged. And another birthday present. Actually, no, it wasn't a birthday. Yeah, another birthday present I got was also damaged. That'll be in an upcoming video. And something else I got was that. Like, basically, I get a lot of damaged stuff. Actually, no. Yeah, I haven't got any more comments on that on there. So yeah, I'll give it 1 hour 49. We'll get out. So I'll give it 1 more minute. If you want to, see anything else, ask anything else, literally anything at all, and that you can. Otherwise, I'll end it probably at 1 hour 50, and that'll be a good time. And that to end things up at. Can't lose my voice a bit of that. I spent bloody ages going through loads of my granny's old photos of that, and of not just her, but ones she owned, and scanning them all in. Basically, I'm going to do a photo like montage and stuff for the funeral. Here we go. Bilo Beal or whatever says, even if you don't buy Duck 2 DVDs anymore, the artwork is very collectible. Yeah, but the same artwork that is on the DVDs is also on the Blu-rays. And also, generally, the Steelbook artwork is normally nicer anyway. So, yeah. Like, I won't just buy it just for the artwork, because the artwork's on the Blu-ray and that as well. So I'd rather have the better quality. And that, so I don't really understand that one too much. Because, again, there's not much difference in price in that between the two of them anyway. The two of them are normally around, there's normally not more than a $5 difference, usually. Not much more than a $5 difference between the two of them. And for me, I always want things in the best quality possible. Yeah. I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas last night, the 4K version. I got a rip of the 4K from a friend, and yeah, I must say, yeah, I must have liked it. I haven't seen that film in like a decade at least. And yeah, I still enjoyed it, but not as much as I did when I was a kid. I think because there was more musical numbers in it than I remembered. There was a lot more musical numbers in it than I remembered, and I did like some of them, but some of them, as I say, can we just get on, please? Yeah. So, yeah, if that's everything in that, so thank you everyone for watching in that, and yeah, hopefully I might do another one of these. Who knows, fairly soon. So yeah, thanks all for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.